Hello, friend. Welcome. I am excited to have you here on my channel today. Today is Mix It Up Monday, which happens on the second Monday of each month. And this happens to be my first time joining in. I will have all the information below. If you are a YouTuber, we would love to have you join us. There is a Facebook group that posts all of the information for the next month's hop. That always comes out at the end of the month prior. So at the end of April, we'll get all the information for May. You'll have plenty of time to make and video and edit and join us. Also takes place over on Instagram. So if you are not a YouTuber, but you still want to join us, play along, share your layout over on Instagram. And you will see the people that are on Instagram in the hop list down below. So I said this was my first month joining Mix It Up Monday, and I'm really excited. I have lots of mixed media. I love it. And I use it a lot in my card making. I'll use it a lot for kind of art play sessions, but I don't always grab it for scrapbook. So when I started noticing that my friend Tara, who's here on YouTube and is in this hop, was using a lot of mixed media in her stuff, I was like, hold up, I need to be a part of this, because now it's going to be a personal challenge for me. And the challenge for me that I'm throwing out there to all of you guys that are watching me is to grab the mixed media and use it in a layout. So we have a sketch each month. This one comes from Lottie Loves Paper, which is a closed online store, but she does still have all of her sketches up on her Instagram account. And so that's where we found this one. Our hop today is the collaboration between Anna from Peace Craft Love and Kimberly at I'd Rather Be Scrapbooking. And I love that those ladies had this idea and have thrown it out there for us. So let's dive into kind of what I'm doing. When I first looked at this sketch, I was like, I'm not sure about the stars. We'll see. And then I remembered I had these pictures. Date night, me and the hubs at a Blake Shelton concert. So this was a very interesting night. It was absolutely pouring. Y'all, I mean, the hardest rain ever. I am surprised that we don't look soaked, because you really, I had on my raincoat. I had it pulled up over my head. I mean, I felt like a drowned rat by the time we got into the concert, and it rained the whole time. And when we came out of the concert, it was still pouring. It was crazy. Great show. Blake put on a great show with, oh my goodness, I forgot her name. She was darling. And the best part, Gwen showed up. Yes, they sang a duet on stage. Now that was from the big screen. I was not close enough to see their faces, but I loved getting to see them together. So these are going to be our pictures. I am going to trim a little bit of this white off. Let's talk about how I made this. This actually, I put this collage together in the Project Life app in their 6x8 size. Then I saved it or exported it to my camera roll and then printed it out on my PictureMate 4,000. Anyway, printed it out. Now it's ready to go. All right. I have a cut file from Cut to You. I went ahead and cut it 4 times because these stars go all around. So kind of my thought was pictures in the middle, stars coming out. I'm going to rearrange them a little bit to try to get them a little better. But I thought this was a really great way to do this. Then for my mixed media, oh, and I also printed a title. So I also printed date night, and we'll talk about that a little bit more. So this is Chicken Kebab is the name of the font in the Silhouette software. And then I don't remember the name of this one. This was just a script so that I could do date in a script. Color-wise, I was trying to pick something that wasn't going to compete with these pictures. But I loved this little picture of Gwen and Blake together, and it's really not a very big picture. But I thought if I went with kind of the bluey greens, then that picture might pull up a little better and stand out. Now, this was my test zone. I pulled a Not Just for Boys Kit Club add-on. This was one of their mixed media ones that I kind of fell in love with. It had Nouveau dots. It has this Tim Holtz stencil. It had the crackle mousse in this pink, red, rose color. And then these really great sequins. So, not sure I want to use this. Although I think I have more of a minty green in the Nuvo paste that we may pull out. So I want to incorporate this. I'm actually thinking about using it in my title. Not 100% sure how yet. Still have some pieces in my head. Like I said, this was my test zone. So this was a positively saturated ink. Then I have salvage patina and tumbled glass together. And then this one was a Stampin' Up! Ink. I ran the Nuvo drops down it to try to figure out what I liked the best. And I really think I'm going to end up going with salvage patina and a little bit of tumbled glass. I do want to do some ink splatters. And I'm thinking that that's going to go here, so that we get kind of a blue and teal. I was like, why am I not coming up with that word? Get that as our background. Then I do want to put something behind it. I had pulled out my whole Simple Stories bag. I had remembered these black and white dots. I'd forgotten there was this ginormous rose in the corner. So I really don't want anything that's so overpowering that it competes. I do like the black and white line, although it does something really weird to my eyes. So maybe, maybe not. The other paper that was in here that I really liked, let me find and pull out, was this one that I thought might be pretty. It has all the right colors in it, and that if I pulled out the these pieces and maybe put them up on pop dots so that they stood up off of this, and then maybe took some mixed media to kind of mute this. That's kind of where I'm going. I have a lot of ideas that I need to pare down, because I've got stars and I've got hearts and I've got bling that I want to bring in. So I just kind of need to turn the mic off, let the brain do some calming, and then get back with you. So mic's going off. We're going to speed this part up. See you in a second. Okay, so here we are. This is the cut file. What you just watched me do was take a bunch of spray stain, put it down on my glass mat, pick it up on, if you've been to my channel, you've seen this before. This is a piece of packaging that I literally have no idea where it came from. It's just a nice, fairly thick transparency. Put some washi tape on it so I don't lose it. Picked up some ink, and then we just dabbed away. And so I'm going to let this go sit over and dry, and then I will pull it off of the cut mat. So I do like to leave my cut files on the mat if I'm going to be working with them. Sometimes I do have to get out an X-Acto knife to get some things loosened up because the mixed media has dried, but we're going to let this dry. We are going to move on to the title portion of this layout, which is the date night, and I'm going to do some ink blending. I may do a little bit of stencil with this. We'll see. Check-in time. So here's what I've got going on. Over here on this mat, you saw me ink blend, and then I have used the texture paste, Tim Holtz texture paste, and translucent, because I don't want it we're going to do a resist. Let's just go there. We're going to do a resist. So once this is dry, I'm going to take a different color of ink. Maybe Uncharted Mariner is kind of what I'm thinking in my brain. And we're going to go over it. And everywhere that this translucent paste went through the stencil, it should stay blue and glossy. Okay. Then I have a frame, a bold. So these fit this way. And then what I'm hoping is that that fits on the inside. If not, no big deal. So we also have the word date that's over here. It's drying. We used the salvage patina that we ink blended in oxide. Then I used some of the Twisted Citron spray to give it kind of that splatter look. Now this is where we are. Photos are trimmed out. These are my stars that go with my sketch that go around. Now that I laid them on here, I'm not sure I like these on here. So my thought had been, my sketch has stars coming out everywhere. Kind of sort of like that. Now, I will be cutting these apart some so that they do a better job of spreading. I had thought about putting it on this paper. When I do, I hate it. I absolutely hate it. So, pulled out a piece of black. I was trying to think what I had in 12 by 12. Because I really didn't want to ink blend a whole salvage patina piece. That would take me from now till May to do. So, I really do like how these pop off of here. It's going to look a lot better once I take these centers out. These are very delicate once you pull all the supporting pieces out of the center. So I was trying to get a glance without pulling them all, just so that we could see what it looks like. So if this slides in behind, you are going to see the black peeking through. Y'all, words. The black peeking through. I had thought about popping this up. And so I've got to look and see if I have a thin enough anything that would allow me to pop that up without having to cut several more of these to lift them up. I'm still debating, do I leave the stars in or take them out? I do like them in. It would be really fun to go over just the star part with some sequins. Maybe some of the clear ones. So I do have options. We're going to keep working. This is what I love about this challenge. So if you're a follower to my channel and you've seen a lot of my videos, you see a lot of them go together just, I mean, like boom, 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 they're done. And this one is taking me a while. I enjoy this kind of discourse back and forth. Well, that worked, but that didn't. Well, I kind of like that, but I don't like that. I enjoy that. That's the artist coming out. And if you don't enjoy that, I get it. You do you. You do the things that make you happy. So the more I look at this picture, the more I don't like this little friend in the back. So I've got to figure out something there without it really like standing out. We may start a cluster here. I don't quite know yet. Because our title does go down low here. So date night will be down here. Although I could put date up there. We'll see. We'll see. I do have on the back of this paper some of these that could be really fun to build some clusters off of. So I may pull out some hexie punches because those might look nice behind there. So here's what I'm fixing to do. We're going to put it back on fast forward. I'm going to take out all of the middles. We are going to try to get the layout of it going so that I know where these are going to go. Then we're going to make some decisions on how they get stuck down. We're going to make some decisions on if I'm going to add any texture paste. I did find my other Nouveaux. I have this really pretty green, which is called Chameleon Green. And then I have a delicate blue that's in a chalk mousse. So it's a chalk finish. But it might be really neat sprinkled in behind these with some stars. So we also have the new Vo drops, and we have these sequins. I really like these sequins. I like this sea foamy color. It really goes well with this. So we've got some work to do, and we're going to keep going. Where we are. Kind of laid some things out. I really like where it's going. So I am going to, these were kind of my placeholder. I am going to stack the letters. So they are all dry. So what I want to do is take Uncharted Mariner and go over so that it creates a resist and the stencil that we used popped out. So I'm going to do that. I love how this looks. I am going to pop the word date up. I've just got to pull out the teeny tiny itty bitty foam dots. But I really like where this is going. So back to work. Finished. Here it is. I am in love. Let's go back to the original sketch. Here was the original sketch. I did shift everything from this original sketch that way a little bit because I really wanted this picture of the two of us to be in the center. And then I have the supporting pictures from the concert. All of the really fun mixed media stars. And then our great title that we did with the resist technique. Love it. I am loving where this went. Let's take a little bit of a closer look real quick. Lots and lots of great mixed media in here. Thank you so much for hanging out with me this morning to make this layout. I hope that it really inspires you either through the sketch or the adding of mixed media to get out some of your things and play with them. Make sure that you go down through our list down here and check everyone's out. Again, this was the Mix It Up Monday hop, and I am so glad that you are with me. If you are new here today and this is your first time at my channel, I would love to have you as a subscriber. YouTube does an amazing job of letting my subscribers know when new content is put up. Try to put 2 to 3 things out a week, each week, to inspire us to be using all of our crafty supplies. My friends, until next time, go make some memories. Bye-bye.